I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 87. Before we begin, just a quick reminder that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. You can also find us at ratedgforgamers@gmail.com. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino. This is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man?
I'm beat, man. I'm beat.
From what?
Wait,
Metroid's kicking your butt already?
No, I'm good at video games.
Sometimes you're wrong.
Batman aside. No, so my parents got the Amazon Echo. They got the little dot, the tiny little dot version. You know, my mom was all excited. We want to be internet connected. We want to be able to do shit and this and that. I'm like, all right, I'll help you set it up. And I was talking to my dad and trying to walk him through it. And he's got a Mac, and I'm trying to go here to the Wi-Fi and get on this network. And, like, they make it so easy, but they're so
non-technical.
Old. They're so non-technical. Thank you. Yes, that's the word. They're so non-technical.
Trying to save Dave from trying to save Dave just in case his parents are listening.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Like I literally had to describe what the Wi-Fi icon looked like. They just don't know. They don't know. And my dad is the most technically savvy out of the bunch. So,
well, let me ask you a question. Because you have the Echo. You have the big Echo.
I have both the Echo and the tiny one. Yeah.
All right. So what's the difference? Because I don't know the difference. I was gonna get one, but I decided not to because I wanted to buy more video games.
Oh, of course. You know what? You know what though? Like wait till like Black Friday, and they'll have some deals on it, like guaranteed.
So what's the difference between the big Echo and the small Echo?
So the only difference between those two is the speaker, right?
Okay.
The Dot obviously does have a speaker, but it's not nearly as good as the one in the actual Echo, which is not nearly as good as your home stereo system. So if you have Prime and you want to use it to listen to music and all that, that's cool. I would say go with the Echo. Go with the big one because it sounds a lot better. But that's really the only difference.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's the speaker difference. I'll just get the Dot if that's the case. I do have Prime, and I want to take advantage of all the stuff that I have, but with Prime, other than getting the 20% off video games, but it's just like I don't know. Do I really need an Echo? I don't even know. I'm never gonna ask Alexa what's the weather like.
Yeah, see, everybody says that. It does so much more than that, right? Like I have, and like you know this, like I have it hooked up to the Wink hub, which does all sorts of automation. So I use like these GE lights that work with this Wink thing, which works with Alexa. So I can just say like, "Hey Alexa, turn on living room lights,"
and thus his living room lights just turned on.
Exactly. Well, yeah, no.
Hey,
now. I made sure to mute. I made sure to mute the Dot before we started. Okay. The whole house would start revolting against me.
It's just like remember I don't know what episode it was when we were recording. Remember that guy when Xbox when it was what Xbox turn off.
Oh,
right?
that was his username.
That was his username. He's playing a first-person shooter, and someone said, "Yo, Xbox, this guy Xbox turn off," and then the Xbox turned off, and he shot them.
Yeah.
All you heard was him say no because he realized what he said.
I said, "Oh, it's genius." Yeah, that was way early on.
That was the beginning. That was in the beginning when Xbox first came out. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, that was hilarious.
oh,
Man.
but good note on all of that success. So my parents are now internet connected. So we're
nice.
good. We're good.
All right. Well, listen, cheer up, man.
Uh-huh.
Look, we got a great show. All right. We got a lot of news to talk about, but our convo of the week is special.
Mhm.
All right. We're going to talk about what are our favorite game of all time / favorite series.
Oh, I love this.
So we couldn't just do favorite game. We thought, we was like, should we just do favorite game? And then it's a lot of games out there. So I said, to make it a little bit easier, we do favorite game of all time and favorite series. So they have to be different, though. Your favorite game can't be. What can it be? We haven't really decided on that. Can it be?
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you ultimately what I picked till later in the show.
So we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
You haven't told me your picks, and I haven't told you my picks.
Yeah. So we're gonna tease it now. We're gonna guess.
Well, look, I think I know you well enough that I think I know what your favorite game is.
I think I know you well too.
All right. So look. You know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we guess each other's favorite game and favorite series, and then we'll, when we do the convo of the week, we'll see if we're right. We'll see how well we know each other.
Yeah. No, I like that idea. So I'm gonna be the bigger man in this situation. I'm gonna graciously let you go first.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
You're welcome. Now,
So let's do our favorite game.
I'm gonna have to say before you start guessing. So I already cut you off.
Okay.
I will tell you now that we have talked about my favorite game and franchise on this podcast in one of the many episodes in the 80 somewhat episodes we have recorded so far.
Listen, I don't. You know what? I know you well enough. Okay, I know you well enough.
All right. Take a
first
stab.
of all,
Take a stab.
you know what? I'm gonna go with favorite series 1st.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna get it out the way.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, Final Fantasy. I'm
Really?
gonna guess Final Fantasy is your favorite series.
Interesting. Okay.
And you know what? Your favorite game.
Mm-hmm.
This one can be tricky because sometimes you flip flop on your favorite game.
Yeah. No.
You flip flop. So I'm gonna say this week or this day, just today, just for today only. Your
Okay.
favorite
Yeah.
game.
For right now, as we're recording, favorite game.
It's Final Fantasy 1.
Final Fantasy 1.
I'm gonna guess Final Fantasy 1.
Interesting. You take it back to the origin, the roots.
I want to get back to Origins. I mean, it could be. I would say it's a toss up between 1 and 9.
1 and 9. Interesting.
That's what I would say.
Interesting. I'm curious to why you. Well, no, we'll get into it in the combo. All right. So I'm gonna get the easy one out the way. All right. I know your favorite franchise is Uncharted. You love Nathan Drake and his Indiana Jones-esque escapades.
Maybe, perhaps.
Okay. All right.
That's a good guess. All right.
You're playing a little close to the vest. I like that. Now,
What's my favorite game? Let's see how well you know me.
favorite game? Like all time?
All time favorite game of all time.
Is this like, man, I just played this game. Right now, this is my favorite game. Or this has been your favorite game of all time.
No. Listen, you're on a desert. No, I can never say desert island. You may not pick your favorite game on desert island because you already played it. You already beat it.
That's a
different question. That's a different
desert
question.
island thing.
No,
That's the game you can never get sick of.
No. I think the desert island is a different question. I think different.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll have it as a
All
combo of the week one
right.
day. Right now, what's my favorite game?
Like
of all time.
all time right now.
Right now.
Interesting. So, what you think I may say is something out of the WWE franchise, maybe. But no. You may think I would pick Gears of War. But no. You may even think, oh, obviously it's got to be Uncharted 4. because you love the Uncharted franchise so much.
I do.
But no.
I mean, you know,
But no.
I love Gears of War too.
You love, above all else, I'm going to throw it out there, Sonic 2. Sonic 2. Wow, you're laughing.
I mean, listen, I do love Sonic 2.
Sonic 2 is your favorite Sonic game, no?
It is. I mean, and all the Sonic games, I got to say, Sonic 2 is my favorite. Sonic.
Okay. So I got you on that, but that may not. Okay, that may not be your favorite game of all time. Interesting. All right.
We'll see. We'll see.
Right,
I think we know each other pretty well, but I don't know if we're both right. I don't know if you're right.
All right.
I do know.
I'm not necessarily sure that you're right either, but we will find out later in the show.
All right. So Dave, as we always try to start the show, and fail most of the time, Dave, what are you playing?
Oh. Love that you're asking this question right now. So, you know, I have.
Well, I know you're playing Metroid.
Well, of course I'm playing Metroid. How could I not be playing Metroid? But I want to go ahead and bring this up first because I think it's a sweet story. I've talked about my girl a little bit on the show. We've been dating for a while. Our 1-year anniversary is coming up very soon. And we've been taken to playing Broken Age, the physical Broken Age disc PS4 version that came out from Limited Run Games. Big shout out to them. She's real into like puzzles and whatnot, and I guess like I'm like, oh, I got this game. I think it'd be kind of cool if you check it out with me and whatnot. And she was all gung ho about it, and we're into it. Like we exclusively play that game together on the other weekends. You know, we take a morning. You know, we knock out some puzzles in it, and I'll get like text during the week from her that like, oh, what if we do this with this and then combine this with this and give this to this guy? I'm like, I like where your head is at. We'll pick it up on the weekend.
Oh wow, she's really into it. That she just start texting you while we're at work.
Yeah,
talking about puzzles and Broken Age.
Yes, that very much has happened. You know.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's great. I mean, it's a Tim Schafer game who, the genius behind Brutal Legend. He did he had a hand in the Maniac Mansion, I think, and the Day of the Tentacle, and Monkey Island. Just all the great puzzle action adventure games from back in the day was like the brainchild of Tim Schafer. So love that guy.
Couple gaming.
Yeah, that's right. Couple gaming. You know, as cliche as it sounds or whatever, but like it's fun. You know, we're kind of enjoying it. So, we're almost at the end. I'm looking for something else for us to play together. So, if you got anything,
well, you guys can play The Witness. He says she likes puzzle games. Or you can play
okay, I'm about it.
You can play
I don't own The Witness, but I could easily get it.
Well, and yeah, The Witness now PS4, it's on Xbox One. It's actually out now on iOS for like $10.
There you go.
I think it's out on Android too, so you get it for like $10 on your phone or a tablet. But it's something you guys want to play together. I would play it like on the Xbox or your PS4.
Oh yeah. Play it up on the big screen. Yeah.
So, girl, I've been dating, not officially my girlfriend. We actually like to play the TT games together. Telltale. We like to play Telltale games together.
Right. The Batmans, the Walking Deads, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
So, I've actually been playing Guardians of the Galaxy. I played it. I played episode 3 recently.
How did I know that?
You're a mind reader. You just read it on the show notes.
Well, there you go. Spoilers.
A little peek behind the scenes. No. So I actually played it. I was playing it solo, but we like to play the TT games, and she likes to like give a quick response of what to say because you have like literally 10 seconds to figure out what your response is going to be.
Oh, they give you the little like countdown timer.
Yeah, so she usually, no, play it like it's really us. Play it like it's really us. So we like to play those type of games together.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if she would be into puzzle games. I haven't really tried it, but so far the TT games have been our thing.
Sure, nice. Yeah, so
she loves playing The Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us. So she was excited to hear Wolf Among Us 2 is coming out.
Yeah. I think we talked about it on the show a little bit ago, right?
Yeah, probably. If we didn't, Wolf Among Us 2 was in development.
Breaking news.
So, all right, what else have you been playing?
Yeah, I mentioned briefly Metroid, obviously, and because it was jammed in the 3DS on the way to work, as I was waiting for my Metroid, which came late, I had a Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. There was like three, at least there was Conquest Birthright, and I think another one that came out like all simultaneously that were like the same game but different stories and different characters.
I didn't even know you were into Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. This is the first Fire Emblem game I really like got into. So, but yeah, I had that in the system, and then I'm like, well, I might as well start playing this. So I'm doing that and Metroid simultaneously, and Wolfenstein too, just to kind of top it all off, to round out, get a little PC gaming in there.
So you're giving your Switch a break, basically. Is what you're saying.
Yeah. I think it's about time. You know, Mario Kart and Shovel Knight and Zelda and Snipper Clips and 1-2 Switch and Bomberman a little bit. You know.
Wait, you've been playing 1-2 Switch? Get out of here.
Well, I mean, I own it. I played it. We played it at one point.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Get
Well,
out of here.
all right, fine. It was
Yeah, that don't
really
count.
Zelda and
That
Mario.
don't count. You bought that to sit on the shelf. Stop it.
Mm.
Or whenever you have parties, you're having a Halloween party. I'm invited to a Halloween party, right?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm having a Halloween party.
I'm just making sure.
Oh yeah, man. I think you were the
So-
first person I told about it.
I think it was the second, but it's okay. I think it was the
Regardless,
second
you
person.
were in the top five. You were in the MySpace top
I mean,
8
your
people.
T-Mobile top 5.
You were in the global top 5 MySpace people that I told first.
MySpace, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll never get that invite. I'll never get that invite. All right, so I'm almost done with Bayonetta 1 for you. I think I'm at the last chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't Googled it. I haven't looked at any walkthroughs or anything. But this has to be the last chapter because every time I say that, there's
a
another
little bit
chapter.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, this has to be the last
Uh-huh.
chapter.
Did you get up to Eggman yet?
Unfortunately, he's dead,
Well,
so you don't want to wake him.
fair enough.
I've been playing Metroid, Samus Returns. I've
course.
actually been playing this on the train, and you know me, I don't like to play. I don't like to play games on a train, but I took my 2DS XL with me,
Right.
so I've been playing this on a train.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it. I love this game.
Mm-hmm.
I can't express how much I love this game. How much I missed a proper Metroid series.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing some Mario Kart
It's been
8.
a while.
I've been playing some Mario Kart 8 the deluxe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Been playing ARMS, as you know.
Yep.
Got into Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite in the story mode for PS4.
You know, I forgot that dropped. That dropped.
That did drop.
Uh-huh. What do you think so far? Is it worth getting?
I think it's worth getting probably in January when it's like $20.
Really?
Yeah, the story's kind of goofy. I gotta be
They were
honest.
always not. They were either non-existent or not that great. I mean, I
guess-
wouldn't expect that much from it, honestly.
I gotta say the story's a little goofy, but I mean it's a little weird. I do listen. I think everyone needs to calm down. I do miss X-Men characters. I do. I really wish the X-Men characters
I
were
mean,
in
come
here.
on, Wolverine
What?
with the Berserker barrage. Come on.
Well, I mean,
It's iconic.
personally, I would have, because you have, in the old games you have 3. I would have Ryu, I would have Cyclops,
Yeah.
and I would have Wolverine.
Oh,
So,
that's
that-
a solid
that-
combo.
That would be my trio.
Uh-huh.
So I haven't played online, and I haven't played arcade mode. I've just played story mode.
Mhm.
So story's just a little goofy. I gotta be honest, it's a little goofy. And then they make you play with characters you would normally play with, obviously.
Yeah, they want you to go through like everybody or whoever's integral to the story. Yeah, they'll make you play those guys. Sure. I do have one question. Is Spider-Man in there?
Spider-Man is in here, yes.
He is in there. And Spider-Man
He
is
is in there.
also. Oh well, X-Men is Fox, I guess. Spider-Man's Sony.
Spider-Man is Sony, and they're playing well with the MCU.
They
right?
are. Yeah, that's right.
So on a side note, Stan Lee, who amazingly is still alive, he's like 95
I
years
know.
old.
Knock on wood.
Well, listen, he lived a long life. I mean, it's 95 years old. I hope he makes it to 100. That'll be great.
I know.
He's recently said, he's like, you know what? X-Men will go back to Marvel. Like, they will have it back. He doesn't know when, but he says he's like, listen, trust me, they're gonna get it back.
I heard that about X-Men and Fantastic Four, that they may be coming back.
Well, I think they'll definitely get the Fantastic Four back. All they
yeah,
have to do is not make another movie for
Christ,
2-3 more years.
You've had 2 bad movies and a reboot. I think you're done.
All I have to do. Well, I like the first Fantastic Four. I thought it was okay.
The one with
Okay, all right, no. I take that back. I think Silver Surfer one was okay.
The second one.
I think the second one was okay. It was okay. I said okay. 2 letters that come together to make one word.
You know
okay.
You know what I like? I like the Fantastic Four from like the early '90s.
Oh,
That never
stop
really
it!
got off the ground.
Stop it! I like the Silver Surfer game. I mean, I like the Silver Surfer
movie.
Yeah. I mean, the first movie, when they like pretty much supernova Doom, and then hit him with the fire height. That was stupid. And then shipped him back off to wherever he's from, Transylvania or whatever.
No,
it's close enough.
Not Latveria. I think
whatever.
It's Latveria. Yeah.
Yeah, that was stupid, right? I don't even think he was Latverian in the movie.
Yeah, or whatever he was.
Yeah, I thought that was stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, the game, I could have waited on this game. I was really hyped. I like the demo. The story's really goofy. Maybe you know what? Maybe if I just play arcade mode and just play through it, maybe I'll like it better.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, look, the fighting mechanics. I thought are pretty good.
Right. Well, that's the whole bit about it, and you're not crazy about the online multiplayer, so maybe we'll have to get some head-to-head going.
Well, all these fighting games now have like story, except for Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5. Everything
yeah,
had, like,
it's patched in at a later date.
Yeah, but everything had like a story mode where we had Injustice in their story mode, Mortal Kombat in their story mode. So, I liked playing the story mode. Tekken 7 had the story mode.
Tekken 7's got a great story mode.
Well, now I'm playing these fighting games for the story mode. That's like the new thing. Like I'm really digging it. So I'm not digging this story. This story is a little goofy for my taste.
Oh, fair.
Again, like the mechanics, like I said, mechanics are great. Story's goofy. Maybe if I played arcade mode, I would feel a little bit better about the game. So maybe I'll. You know what? I'm going to play the arcade mode this week, and I'll get back to you next week, and I'll tell you how I really like the game.
All right.
So, all right.
Yeah. Anything else, or?
I've been playing that. I've been playing a little bit of Earth Defense Force for the Super Nintendo.
You are welcome.
I gotta say, I've been playing that on my Hyperkin Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
my Superboy,
the little portable Superboy. Nice.
That game is tough, man. Those
games
are hard.
Yeah, man. I have it. I've had the ROM on my computer for the longest. Still can't beat that game.
Another game that's pretty hard. Power Stone.
Oh, dude, I love Power Stone.
I've been playing Power Stone 1 and 2 because I have the collection on PSP. I mean, I have the original one, not the second one, but I have the original one for Dreamcast. But I have
it's classic. I remember playing that in the arcade, and I was blown away. I mean, it's essentially, for people who don't know, it's Super Smash Brothers in 3D.
Yes,
right. That's exactly what it is.
It gets a little tough when you're trying to when you're fighting, you move around the stage in this 3D stage, and sort of the environment gets in the way of your vision.
Yeah. The camera angles can be a little bit weak.
But I like part 2 because they switch it up a little. Because in part 2, when you could be fighting, and you're fighting in adventure mode or whatever they call it, their arcade mode, and you could be fighting, and they drop you into sort of a platforming thing where, in the first I played maybe a half an hour of Power Stone 2. Before we started recording, and they just dropped me into sort of a pit, and the boulders coming at us, and we literally have to run forward and fight each other at the same time to try to make it to the exit.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the arena and fight it and duke it out. It's just a little weird. It's a little weird with the power up and the crystals. I was being Rotino, playing it on hard.
Oh yeah, that's how you do it, man.
Totally difficult, man.
That's how you
do it. Difficult. So I've been playing that. I already told you I played Guardians of the Galaxy, the TT game, episode 3.
Right.
Now, my Switch is getting I'm putting a lot into my Switch. I already told you Mario Kart 8 ARMS, but I'm also my pickups. I've been playing all my pickups. I picked up Pokken Tournament for the Switch.
Mm-hmm. Pokken Tournament DX.
I've been playing that for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Rayman Legends, the definitive edition.
Oh,
for the Switch. I've been playing a lot of that. Love that game.
It is a great. I love the musical numbers at the end of each world. Those are great.
Well, I mean, I pretty much I didn't beat the game, but I made it sort of towards the end of the game on because I have Rayman Legends for the Xbox.
Yeah,
and I sort of just put it down, but I picked it back up again, and I have it on the Switch, and I love it. I've just been playing the heck out of that. And also, I've been playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I did say I was going to get it for the Switch when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Xenoverse 2 it's been out for a couple of months now.
Yeah.
Wasn't the biggest fan of Part 1, but I'm giving Part 2 a chance. You pretty much make your own Dragon Ball character, and you have to save sort of like the Dragon Ball timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Like history is being changed, and you have to go fix it.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice. Yeah.
I will say the tutorial, the beginning, is sort of a bore trying to get through it, trying to navigate through the world.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get into the fighting, to be honest.
Here's the basics: hit X, throw a punch, hold down Y, charge up your chi. You know, it's like, all right.
No, not even that.
Not even that.
Not even that. Before you even get to that, they put you on the map. Well, first of all, you got a lot of cutscenes.
Yeah,
and I got to say, I love the cutscenes. Watching it on my Switch, and it'll bring us to one of the stories, one of our news stories when we come back when we get into the news.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you about the cutscenes, but what the cutscenes make me want on my Switch. But after the cutscenes, you're put into a map, put into the world, and you have to find a Kai, right? Because he has to train you, and it's sort of like, where's Waldo, right? Like, yeah. You gotta go over here and talk to this person. Go over here, the building with the blue roof. If you get lost, just talk to someone. And I'm going around talking to everyone. Yeah, okay, this is where you get the matches. This is where you get this. This is where you get that. This is where you get clothes. You can buy different gear. And I'm talking to people because I'm trying to find the Kai, and it brings me in a circle all around the map back to where I was when I first started on the map. Now I finally have the Kai, and then you get into the tutorial, and I was like, this sort of a waste of like 30 minutes, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I did a tutorial. I'm in my first mission where I put it down, and hopefully I'll pick it back up again. But I don't know if I'm gonna beat this game. I got that feeling with Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. It's like, I love Dragon Ball. I just don't know if I love the Xenoverse series. Just give me the action. Give me.
You want the other Budokai.
Give me a Budokai. Love the Budokai 1, 2, and 3. I got them all for PlayStation 2.
Yeah, they're solid fighting games, you know.
Give me a Budokai game. Yes. I don't know if I like the Xenoverse. So but give me Dragon Ball Fighter Z. That's coming out. Give me that. Yeah. That's what I want. Not the Xenoverse. I don't want that. So I've been playing a lot of that. So yeah. Pickups. You pick up anything interesting?
Well, besides the Metroid Samus Returns, which thank you Amazon for delivering it late. I also picked up Little Big Planet 2, which was nice. And I found a Pokemon Diamond was the version, not Sapphire. Found the box for Pokemon Diamond with the manual. Made that sucker complete.
Well, let's just put it in perspective. Last week you had a big pickup. You had the Pokemon Diamond, not Sapphire,
Diamond.
The game, but you didn't have the case.
Literally a diamond in the rough.
But you didn't have the case.
Didn't have the case, you know.
Well, you know what? Listen, we did like a pickups, sort of like a buying guide of how we buy games. We got to update that, do a new one.
We do. It's been like over a year, I think, since we did the last one. So.
And the best way to do it is, especially with these games that are expensive, you could just piece them together. You get the manual separate, get the case separate, and you already have the game. The game usually is cheaper when you don't buy it complete. So I mean, I've done that with a lot of like NES and Super Nintendo games where I brought the game and then just pretty much brought the cardboard and the manual separate.
Yeah, I'm actually really gunning for complete of all the loose stuff that I have. Because it's just sitting there on a shelf. I don't know how to display it and whatever else. It's all stacked up in the corner.
Nice.
I want to put it out. I want to go ahead and present it. So,
So, all right. So I went to the Nintendo store over the weekend, and like I said, I brought Rayman Legends, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Pokken Tournament DX, but I couldn't help myself. I did pick up the Squid Boy amiibo.
Nice.
I had the female amiibo, but I wanted to get the
Inkling girl.
Yes, the Inkling girl, and I wanted to get the Inkling boy. And then I gotta say, you're gonna laugh. The Wii U amiibo Animal Crossing amiibo festival was talking to me.
Whoa! I think you have bigger problems if video games start talking to you.
Listen, it's been sitting there. Every time I go there, it's been sitting there collecting dust. No one buys it. It's a horrible game.
Yes, you go everywhere and
it's a horrible
sitting there
game.
collecting dust.
It's a horrible game.
The Animal Crossing amiibo, the Animal Crossing festival game. I mean, it's just.
But look, it was $60 when it came out. It is now $18 at the Nintendo store. I could probably find it like $15 on eBay. But it was talking to me.
So how much did you ultimately pay for this game?
I paid $20. I got it for $20. I brought the pack, the game and the 2 amiibo bundle.
Oh. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. You paid $19.99 too much.
Probably, yes. But look, one day, because this is a horrible game. One day, 10 years from now, I would kick myself when this game was like $1,000, right? Because this would be like one of the hardest games to find out in a while.
You think this is going to be the little Samson of the Wii U?
You never know, but I'm gonna play it.
I'm not
gonna keep it sealed. I'm not gonna keep it sealed. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna play it because I have to play everything.
Well, then you have to buy another one and keep that sealed. And that's the moneymaker.
I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the pleasure.
Yet you just said if 20 years down the line this makes money.
Well, you never know. 20 years, you never know. I might be broke. No. But listen.
You never want to get rid of your stuff, but
I don't want to get rid of my stuff. But you never know what can happen.
Yeah, of course.
It was okay. What if one day? Look, I bought ET, right? ET's not worth anything. It's still worth like $5. But I bought ET because I wanted to play it. I wanted to see how bad this game really was. So what if 20 years from now, I really want to see how bad Animal Crossing Festival Edition was? All right. I want to play the original game. I don't want to emulate it.
Sure. You want to dust off the Wii U and hook it up via the ancient component or HDMI cables.
Well, no. You want to hook it up with the ancient HDMI. Yeah, we'll have something HDMI. Different. We'll have wireless. Of
course, it'll all just be wireless by that point.
We'll have 10K wireless streaming.
Exactly. Yeah, like you have cords. Come on.
So, all right. I picked up obviously Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I picked up Dishonored Death of the Outsider, which
nice.
Puts an end to the Dishonored story. I picked up the Namco Museum 64 for Nintendo 64.
Oh, interesting. There you go.
Also, I got a Dr. Robotnik Mean Bean Machine.
Oh, Now, did you end up picking that up because they made you play it in Sonic Mania as one of the boss battles?
90% the reason why I picked it.
Nice. No, I mean, it's a solid game. It's basically Puyo Pop. Match 4 color game with like the Sonic branding on it. So,
And lastly, I picked up Clive Barker's Jericho for Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, the second Clive Barker game.
Really? What was the first one?
On the spot trivia, Clive Barker's Undying for the PC was the first one.
Nobody cares. PC.
That game was great.
Game was great. You had me right there. About to pull another Earth Defense Force. I'm pulling up Luki. I'm pulling up eBay.
Look! If it came out on like PS2, you'd be like, "This is the greatest game ever."
And then you said the two letters. They're just like wonk wonk PC.
You hating. So okay, so you brought up your Nintendo store and all your great purchases and whatnot. I'm bringing back a segment from before. This kind of reminded me because you were talking about the Nintendo store. I was at GameStop on Saturday. I'm gonna bring back. We have a little gamer grief. I have a gamer grief.
Whoa, we haven't had a gamer grief segment.
I know.
In a while.
I know. This is about GameStop, but it still falls under the gamer grief umbrella. Can be anything that kind of gets our goat.
Any grief you have with the game or anything game related, it's a gamer grief.
So I was at the store. I'm gonna tell the store specifically. It's the one in Brooklyn. It's off the A train Nostrand stop. All right. If anybody lives around that area or is listening to the show, I say F that store.
No.
I went in there.
Don't go to that. Don't go to that store. That's
Right.
the same store I told you about that they automatically just put the warranty on for all the games I bought.
Which is now I get it. Now I understand.
Because I was just like, wait. I can count. Why is this like $5 more than what it should be?
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't want this. Take that off. You didn't even ask me.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
That's illegal right there. They tried to sell you something that you didn't want or didn't ask for. But anyway, so I was thumbing through the used games, and I found Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Wii, $5.
Oh, nice.
I was
That's a good find.
Yeah, the case, the little insert on the outside was a little bit yellowed, but I'm like, you know what? It's $5. It only has the outside sticker, which I can just kind of pull off. That's not too bad to get off and clean it up a little bit. I'm like, I'm going to get it. So I went to the counter, and the lady goes to the back, right? I'm like, oh, I guess she's got the game in the back, right? Usually it's in the little drawers. They just open the drawer, find the game in the manual, bim, boom, bam, and you're out the door. So it was weird that she went to the back. And she went to the back, and she comes back with another case that's like all beat up. It's got the stickers on like the insert on the inside around the bend, right? The ones where you can't get them off without like ripping the paper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's like, oh, 541. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Like, can I have that one? And she goes, well, no, this is our display copy. I'm like, well, you have, what's the difference? She's like, well, this is the display copy. And I'm like, oh, I mean, I get it, but if I'm not going to get that one, I don't want it. It had stickers all over it. It was awful. And you obviously have two copies. You can put the other one out and have that on display. She wouldn't do it. I was like, all right, I don't want it. I turned around and walked out.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. Wait. That doesn't make any sense. I go to GameStop specifically to find those little hidden gems, right? Where it's cheaper in GameStop than it is online.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I price checked it.
But it's on the shelf. What do you, it's not a display case. It's literally in clearance. It's a Wii game. It's in clearance. I went that one. It's on the shelf. It's not a display case. What are you talking about?
I know.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a used game for a couple bucks. Either you want to play the game or you don't want to play the game. It was ridiculous.
No, listen. Shopping at GameStop for years, I've never heard of. Obviously I heard about for new games because that's not for like a Wii.
Exactly. They
for something that's
open it
2
up.
generations old.
Right. I mean, when I used to work at EB, we would chuck the game. Right. You take the game and the manual out. You'd shrink wrap that, and you take the case and you'd shrink wrap that again, and then that was the display. The display model. It was completely empty. And we would sell you that one if it was our last copy. We go, yeah, here, you can have this one. It's the last copy. We obviously don't have any more after this, right? If that was the only copy of Metroid Prime 3, she would have sold me that game, and that would have been it, and they wouldn't have any more. I don't know. I was very angry and upset, and I was like, fine, I don't want it. I'm out.
That is. I got to be honest. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It makes a lot of sense for the store that we're talking about.
Ugh, yeah. It's just ridiculous.
I think that's probably like our 4th gamer grief talking about GameStop.
I know. They're literally the worst. They're literally the worst.
So, all right. Why don't we stop there? We take a break, and we come back. We get into all the news. We'll get in. Dave, I'm sure we'll have more gamer griefs for GameStop, and we'll get into the convo of the week when we come back. And we're back. All right, let's get into the news. A lot of stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff
TGS happened, no?
TGS happened. Tokyo Game Show, Sony's Tokyo Game Show, that ironically isn't in Tokyo.
Yeah, I did not know that. You dropped some knowledge on me just before
That is
the
like-
show. I just
if that-
assumed if you.
that is like having the Brooklyn Game Show in Manhattan.
Yeah, right.
For all you people in New York, they would get that. If you're in San Francisco, that's like having a San Francisco Game Show in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't know that either. I was just like, it's not in Tokyo. Then why even? I guess so. They just called it the Japan Game Show.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't have a
seem
ring
have
to
the
it,
same
right?
ring. Yeah.
So a lot of stuff that happened. I watched it live. I was up at 3:00
Well,
in the morning.
good on you. I ended up watching the clips afterwards. You know, I'm like, I'm good. I can see it after the fact.
Not a lot of stuff I was excited about, but you were really excited about when we talked about it later on.
Well, you know, I mean, there's definitely some stuff in here that's, you know.
So I'm just gonna go over the highlights, stuff
Okay.
that that caught my attention.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of RPG. So I'm not a big RPG fan.
Mm-hmm. That's my
so
jam, baby.
That is your jam. That's why you were really excited, even though you weren't up at 3:00 in the morning watching it live.
Well, no.
So Dynasty Warriors 9. God, it's been 9 of them.
There's been more than 9, actually.
There's been 8. This is 9, so there's been 8 of them.
This would be the 9th one. Well, they had a couple deluxe versions of a few of them, so if you count those as their own thing. And they also have Samurai Warriors, if you want to count the Japanese style one, which is very different than the Chinese style one. I'm just referring to the gameplay, not the history and the aesthetics and all that, but it's the same exact game, just with a different window dressing. So
that's going to be launching for the PS4 and Steam early 2018.
Mhm.
Now I got to say, I like Dynasty Warriors. It's one of those mindless games.
yeah,
Just
it's
pretty
a fun
much
little
hack
button
and slash.
masher. Mhm.
I like the Hyrule Warriors sort of Dynasty Warriors game that came out for the Wii U,
Mhm.
right? Like I was
Solid.
that's one of those mindless things where I could be listening to a podcast. You know what people should do? People should play Dynasty Warriors 9 while listening to Rated G for Gamers podcast.
I think that's a great idea. I'll give you another compelling reason to play Dynasty Warriors 9. This is revelatory gameplay. There's a new character called Zhu Sheng of the Wu Kingdom, known as the Charismatic General.
Wow.
Bomb drop. I'm sorry. That's it. They mic dropped. Koei just came in. Boom. Zhu Sheng mic dropped and walked out.
Su Ching.
All right, so this is great, especially because of what we talked about in the last 2 episodes. There's a new Earth Defense Force game coming out, Danny.
Oh,
you
know,
gotta get it.
I gotta keep my Earth Defense Force collection
You
up.
gotta get it. You have technically you still have a complete Earth Defense Force collection. There's one more to the mix.
I'm sure I'm missing some minuscule Earth Defense Force for 64 that came out,
Maybe.
and they sold like 2 copies, and it's like $1 million to buy it.
So this is EDF Iron Rain is the new
Yes.
game.
Coming out for the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the trailer. It looks okay. I mean, we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
not a game I'm really into. It doesn't look like something that I'll really be into. So, but I gotta get it. I gotta get it for the collection.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, of course. There's apparently another EDF coming out too. EDF
Earth
5.
Defense Force 5. Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. There's 2 of them in the hopper.
But you call it. See, I'm not used to saying EDF. It sounds like some old lady. Come on, EDF.
EDF. I think that's how the intro screen to the Super Nintendo one was, which is why I
EDF?
refer to it as EDF. Yeah, and then it's like E.D.F. and then it says they're like Earth Defense Force as it like comes in.
Oh, gotcha. Anyway, I gotta get it. I gotta get it for the collection. We'll see
Yeah.
if I play it or not.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see more of the game. I want to see more gameplay. Well, get me interested.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming out for the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix revealed a brand new IP, Left Alive. This is what everyone has been like going crazy over. This was
Mhm.
like the big mic drop, as you said. of TGS. Everyone's all in love with this game. It sort of has like the Metal Gear aesthetics, because in large part some of the devs who worked on Metal Gear are working on this game.
I'm assuming all the good people from Konami, after they ousted Kojima, they're like, you know what, we're out.
Well, this game is coming out for PS4 and Steam in 2018. Looks like pretty much a brand new survival action shooter with a dark and gritty world, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, it looks super cool. I'm pretty hyped.
Well, it's former Metal Gear and Xenoblade Chronicles X designer. He worked on this game, so we'll see. I mean, you seemed all like going crazy for it.
I mean, Square is publishing this game. There's some heavy hitters behind it. The artwork for the game is like straight out of Metal Gear, like it's got that aesthetic. But yeah, I mean, it looks super cool. This is definitely one to keep your eye on.
We didn't really see. I mean, we saw sort of the trailer. We didn't see any gameplay. See, that's my thing. I want to see gameplay, not just trailer.
Yeah, I mean, it is yet to be seen, but I mean, it's captivated my interest for sure.
Well, we already know what the game of the show is for Dave.
How do we?
Yeah, I already know. Listen, I know you so well. I already know what your game of the show is.
Yeah, it's not a new game though. It's not really a new game.
It doesn't matter. If the Order 1886 can be nominated for Game of the Year 2 years in a row.
2015 and 2016? Oh, can it be nominated for another year? We shall see.
We shall see. Final Fantasy IX is coming to PS4.
Final Fantasy IX. An awesome game with a horrible ending.
Coming. It's already out.
Well, right. Today, in fact.
Which was last week.
Which was last week. Well, this is Japan, and it's coming out to America, or it's already out here.
It's already out.
Well, hot damn. I need to go out and get this, because I saw this in the show notes, and I went a little wild, did a little bit of a dance. It's a great game with a horrible ending.
Well, it came out for the original PlayStation in the year 2000.
That's right.
17 years ago.
That's right. Right before it was basically came out like late August, early September, right before the PlayStation 2 dropped in November. So
wait, the PlayStation 2 came out in 2000?
Yes, it did. Because the Xbox and GameCube came out in November 2001. November.
That's right. Yeah, because Dreamcast came out in September
with $999.
Yeah, $999.
Yeah, 2000 and then 2001. November 15th, 2001 was the Xbox announcement.
Gotcha.
See, but do they have a physical of this game?
Probably not.
See, that's what I want. I want to wait for the physical version.
Which may or may not come out. I mean, look how long it took to get Final Fantasy 15. And look how long it's taken to get Final Fantasy 7, the remake, coming out in store.
Yeah, but 7's like the one that everyone's crazy over, and they're like like doing it from the ground up. They're basically redoing the whole entire game.
Yeah, so we'll get it for PlayStation 6.
Hopefully.
So, all right. And lastly, we got Zone of the Enders. It's actually a remastered edition. It's coming out with VR support too.
Nice.
So this really caught my interest because I like Zone of the Enders, and it gives me something else to play on my PlayStation VR.
Sure. Zone of the Enders, a Kojima production, so you know it's going to be good.
Well, it's the remaster. It's coming out spring of 2018. This is I'm like clamoring for something to play on my PlayStation VR because it's like a helmet just collecting dust.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nice.
You have no games for your awesome PS4. It sucks. It kind of sucks.
No, I got a lot of games for my awesome PS4. I just don't have any games
do you?
for my awesome PS4 PSVR. I can't be saying PS4 or PSVR. It's a different.
There's not really a lot on the horizon. I mean, you had that You had that 4-point shooting game, and
I gotta be honest.
I don't know what else.
I'm gonna be totally honest. Full disclosure, I have not cracked the box open for that Farpoint shooting game.
Oh my god!
I pre-ordered it. I got it.
Well, there you go. There's a game you can play in your VR.
I just haven't cracked it open yet. I know.
I hear it's good. I hear it's good.
I heard it was okay. I mean, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't cracked it open.
Well, I mean, you bought it. You know, you might as well play it.
I'm going to
All right.
eventually. Maybe I'll bring it over for Halloween.
Hey, oh, that'd be
When
awesome.
you have your Halloween party and we can play it. So, all right, let's get into some Switch news.
Mm-hmm.
So Switch is out. Your Switch is taking a break. My Switch is taking a beating because I'm getting a little. It is getting a little warped because I mainly play it in docked mode.
You do, yeah. I almost exclusively portable mode. Funny enough.
I know. So mine is like slightly warped. Not a lot. Not a lot. Slightly warped. Hopefully, it won't look like a boomerang after like 2-3 years. But the Switch does have. Well, first we thought it was a NES emulator, just a regular NES emulator, and everyone was going crazy over that. And then they saw pretty much what's that game? What's that golf game that came out for the NES? Everybody's Golf.
For the NES.
Yeah, what was that NES golf game that came
Everybody Golf was on PlayStation 4.
I know.
The successor to Hot Shots Golf. All right.
I know. The golf game was in my mind.
Do I have to teach you all about video games?
Listen, everyone's golf was on my mind.
Okay, fine. So there were two. Well, there were at least two. I think there was a Jack Nicklaus's Golf for Konami. There was NES Open, which was the second golf game from Nintendo. And then there was just golf.
Just
like
golf.
Straight up golf. Yeah, that's it. Just golf.
Yeah, but this is cool because this was sort of like a hidden thing in every Switch that pretty much paid tribute to the former president of Nintendo who passed away. So I'm horrible at saying his name, saying Japanese name.
Satoru Iwata.
Okay.
And even that's not 100%, but yeah.
Not just okay. Full disclosure, I'm horrible at saying
Satoru.
anybody's name.
Well, I mean, you can barely get Telltale Games right. It's okay. It's
I have this
understood.
I have this tongue twisted thing to where I can just screw up everybody's name.
Fair enough. But
I make up nicknames at people at work because I just screw up there, especially their last name.
Fair enough. So Iwata was the former president, passed away. R.I.P. Iwata. A couple of years ago. He was a little young for when he ended up passing, and I guess they kind of wanted to memorialize him. Is that the right word? Pay tribute.
That could be the right word. They paid tribute to him. I mean, he did code. He did a lot of coding work on a lot of games, and he did it on NES. Just golf, just golf. But the cool part is if you actually do you want to actually play the game, you can only do it on July 11th, and you got to take the Joy-Cons. July 11th was the day that he passed. Yeah. And you got to take the Joy-Cons and do that famous thing that he did at one of the E3 conferences.
Yeah, the Iwata hand motion, or the direct hand motion, I guess is what they're calling it. For the Nintendo Directs and whatnot. So you can set the clock back. You can do the hand motion thing.
Well, you can't really set the clock back if your Switch was updated. Meaning you went online and it was updated. You cannot manipulate the clock.
Oh wow! Really?
So you need to buy a new Switch.
Interesting.
And
or wait until next July 11th.
Oh, wait until every July 11th. As long as you have a Switch, every July 11th,
right?
You can play the tribute.
Now, is it? I guess it's not like permanently on the launcher screen, right? You just have to do that, then you can play it. When you close out of it, it's gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's wild.
So something else that's hitting on the Switch. It was leaked at GoNintendo.com that Netflix is pretty much set and ready to go to go on the Switch. Now, This is what I was talking about when I said I was watching the cutscenes of the Dragon Ball Z on the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I was watching the cutscenes of like Dragon Ball Z, and it was awesome. And I was like, you know what? I can't wait to like have Netflix on the Switch and watch it on the go, right? Well, I guess you can't really watch it on the go unless you have internet connection, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to like download episodes for later use from Netflix.
You never know. Maybe maybe they'll find something out. Maybe that'd
be a night if I could like download episodes for to watch later. That would be awesome. Otherwise, I can just use my phone. You know,
that is true. But the Switch is the display is a little bit bigger. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool.
But I'm not really like.
I wouldn't want to watch if I want to watch Netflix and I'm outside my house on my balcony, right on my back porch.
All right. I'll give you that.
Like I'm playing a game and then I just want to switch switch to Netflix. Pretty much, according to a Netflix customer rep, Netflix is locked and loaded for the Switch. It's just ready to go.
And loaded. I like it. Well, the good news is, beyond the fact that you can just watch video on there and stream video and all that, it opens the door up to other app developers to be like, let's get the YouTube app on there. Let's get the Vimeo app on there, the SoundCloud app or whatever,
That's true. Well, let's get some Hulu on there.
Exactly.
I want my HBO Go.
Exactly. If you put like a little mini app store on there, right, and Netflix is the first one out the gate, that may be like, well, hey, look, we're supporting all this stuff. Here's what you can do on the system. Like, bring your apps over, and we'll go ahead and greenlight them.
So, you know what? And not to mention, just like the Wii, a lot of people bought the Wii because I think the Wii was the first one to have
the first console to have Netflix.
Yeah,
right. So you had to get the disc for it, and then you install it on the disc, and then boom.
Yeah, so I think if people people who maybe just casual gamers that don't have gaming systems that don't want a streaming device, they could dock the Switch and watch Netflix.
There you go.
Right on TV. So, also we talked about Doom coming to the Switch, right? That we're all excited. I know I'm going to play Doom again. I didn't beat it. You did. I made it halfway through before I started playing something else. So I'm definitely going to play it on the Switch. They actually had gameplay footage of Doom playing on the Switch. Everyone's up in arms. 30 frames per second. It's not 60. It's
most games on consoles don't run at 60 frames. Just about all the games on Xbox don't even run at 1080p. Spoilers. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. A lot of people complained about the audio quality of it, but they weren't playing a final build of the game.
Right.
And also, it's actually rumored to come out in December, which is actually, I think, a good time for it to come out.
Hey.
Right?
Oh, yeah. But most definitely. Most definitely.
It's not going to compete with like the other AAA games.
Right.
And it gives you something to play on your Switch if it does come out in December.
Yeah. Look at that. It's like it's at least 100% more games that are coming out for PlayStation for the holiday season.
Listen, man, play that Knack 2, baby.
Oh yeah.
Play that Knack 2.
Uh-huh.
Or you can just play Doom. You can just play Doom on PS4 like I do.
Yeah. You don't though. You're gonna get it for the Switch, so you can play it on the go.
And then I'll have it for all three systems.
And the PC too? No.
I said three systems. The three systems that
I know. Then not the superior platform. All right.
No.
I see.
No. I'm out there. I'm looking out for the little people, the little man.
The little people like the PS4.
The console players.
Yeah, like the PS4. The little people.
No, well, really, I should. If I want to support the little man, I'll play it on Xbox. They need all the support they can get.
Xbox is doing fine.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Anyway,
you know what? Another game that everyone's waiting for to come out on the Switch.
I don't.
I don't. Physically, because it's already out now. Digitally, NBA 2K18.
Oof! Look at that segue.
I know. All right, so there was a little bit of issue with this game, and it pops up the whole, Gamergate, the original Gamergate, with as far as reviews, and gaming sites and like the review controversy. People pay for good reviews. So basically, this site, the sixth Say it 10 times fast. 6-axis, 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 6-axis.
There you go.
You ever heard of this site? I never heard of this site.
I haven't.
I heard of it now.
Yeah, I mean it's I'm sure it's a fine indie game review site.
Well, they're definitely reviewing the AAA game in NBA 2K18.
Sure.
So then the reviewer actually gave the review he gave NBA 2K18 3 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And he did that in protest of the microtransactions that are in the game.
Right.
Now, this game is riddled with microtransactions, and everybody's up in arms over this. No one likes this, but I think the issue that 2K had was that he gave it a low score based on the microtransactions. He did it in protest of it, and not just reviewing the game and is entirely, with the gameplay and mechanics
on the merits of the game and whatever.
Yes.
Well, this has been a thing for a while, right? Everyone's kind of like, oh, in-game advertising and whatever and this and that. That was a big thing for a while, and it's all about how do we offset the costs of developing the game, right? And in-game advertising came out as a thing, and now the new thing is microtransactions, right?
Yeah, but every little thing you want, you have to really pay for. If you want to put a tattoo, you want to change the haircut.
Mm-hmm.
You want new sneakers, you have to pay for. And to earn the currency in the game, to just do the simple things, you need to pay you need to play like 200 games.
Really?
Yeah, just to get the
or you can pay $2 and get a new tattoo, or $5 and get a new tattoo.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So the site took the review down temporarily to get a response from 2K, and this is what started like a whole frenzy online, because everyone is claiming that they took it down because 2K made a big stink about it having a low score.
Right.
I honestly don't put this in the the whole review gaming site controversy, only because, do you think it's fair that he gave the game a low score in protest, or do you think he should have just reviewed the game on its merits and not? I think 2K had an issue. I think 2K had not so much they had an issue with the 3 out of 10, or that I think they had an issue with the 3 out of 10 on the basis of protesting something that he didn't like in the game.
Sure, and it seems like the microtransactions are egregious, right? Like, if you need to play more than 50 games just to get a tattoo and whatever else, come on. Now, the question I want to know is that, do the microtransactions affect the gameplay in any way, right? Because so far this has all been cosmetic stuff, right? New shorts, new shoes, new tattoos, whatever.
I think it's only cosmetic. I don't think it's gameplay though.
Okay, well then I think that's a little bit harsh. I mean, you can knock a point or two off, but to bring it down to a 3 out of 10 basically means that you've made whatever that God, what was that there was a football franchise that was on PlayStation that was fantastic. It was by 989 Studios, I think. And it was probably one of the best football game series on the PlayStation.
The OG PlayStation?
Yeah, it was for the OG PlayStation. And then they tried to make one for PS2, and it was just atrocious. The game was incomplete. There were so many bugs. You couldn't even kick the ball off. I forget what the game franchise is. I'm sure someone will bring it up or tell me, but 3 out of 10 is an unfinished game. 3 out of 10 is a bad game. 3 out of 10 is Big Mother Truckers, or Ride to Hell Retribution, or Superman 64, or E.T. for the Atari. I highly doubt NBA 2K18 is 3 out of 10 in the gameplay department.
Well, again, should he be allowed? Should a reviewer be allowed to protest by putting up a lower gamer score, a lower score?
I mean, in the grand scheme of, You know, hey, we live in America. This is a democracy. You have freedom. You know, you can write a review in any way you want, for sure. Is it valid to do that? Is it ethical? You know, can you justify the 3 out of 10? If the gameplay is flawless, the graphics are really good, the interface is great, it innovates over last year, I don't think you can give the game a 3 out of 10, even if the microtransactions are that egregious. They're ancillary to the gameplay, I think. You know, it's a secondary thing. It's a whatever. It's a way for them to make some money. You know, it sucks, sure. You know, it should be easier to get stuff in the game, but I don't think the 3 out of 10 is justified. Now, I haven't played the game, so I don't know, but that's just me.
Now, I haven't played the game either.
Mm-hmm.
I am waiting for the physical version to come out in October. Right. You also need 5 gigs of space, available space on the Switch, and you're gonna need a micro SD card.
Really?
Which I already have. Yes,
Okay.
just to play the game.
Those are easy to get, but it's surprising you also need the micro SD card.
Yes. So, I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't. If you want to protest, see, this is why I don't like review scores.
Mm-hmm.
I like review discussions, and this is why I try. We don't do review scores. We will have in the future more in-depth discussions about new games that come out, but not actual review scores. And I think we actually discussed we should try to do it for old games too. Mm-hmm. Sort of have like a retro segment where we pull out a game and sort of give it a discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where it gets tricky. He's given it a 3, even though the game probably deserves a 7 or an 8 on the gameplay merits alone. But he's protesting something that he personally doesn't like in the game. Now, other people may join him and not like it either. But that's, hey, look, if this is how it's going to be going forward, it's, people can protest by not buying the game. The gameplay itself can be great. And I think that's what he should judge it on. And maybe put in the comments or, view his displeasure about microtransactions in his written review. But I don't think it should affect the score dramatically like that.
I 100% agree.
That's just my opinion. And again, that's just my opinion.
No, we are muy simpatico here, like 100%. It's just it's definitely unfair.
So, but I understand where he's coming from. Microtransactions suck. Tattoos should be free, or there shouldn't be that much currency.
Right.
I shouldn't have to pay that much for it, or I shouldn't have to play 200 games just to get minor things. Mm-hmm. Anyway. So Atari. Now we talked about Atari and their new console that's in development. Really, that's sort of, I guess, a semi Kickstarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be a glorified Atari Ouya, for all we know.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying. That's what all the experts have been saying.
We could be proven wrong. I hope I'm proven wrong.
I mean, it could be something bigger and better, but.
But apparently Atari is working on 2 games. They're working on rebooting the game, and they're working on a brand new IP.
I have no clue what their new IP is going to be. It could be anything. I mean, like genre to like take a stab at that. I don't even know.
It's going to be a first-person shooter, guaranteed.
That's it's definitely a strong guess. You very well could be right.
They want some of that Call of Duty money.
I'll tell you, the reboot, which is really weird because Atari games were very thin. It's gonna be Pitfall. Pitfall is gonna be the game. I think so.
You know what I picked up recently? I didn't say this in my pickups, but I picked up is it Super Pitfall?
Yeah. Super Pitfall is pretty solid for Genesis, Super
NES.
Nintendo, and PC.
No, I have it for the NES.
Oh, that's Super Pitfall. Ooh, yeah, that is not a good game.
It's like, whoa. Oh, that's Super Pitfall.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant this. I thought you meant the Super Nintendo one. Yeah, no, I think that's Pitfall: The Mayan Adventure. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, Super Pitfall, not so good.
Yeah, I know. It was it's part of Angry Video Game Nerd rants, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna pick this game up.
I mean, you got to have it for the collection, of course. You know, it's. But yeah. I mean, I bet you it's going to be Pitfall. You know.
Yeah, and I bet you they're working on a first-person shooter. They want some of that Overwatch money.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
They want that Overwatch money or that Call of Duty money.
All right.
So, all right, let's stay with the retro theme.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love the Genesis, and I also picked up like 2 weeks ago. I didn't really mention it in any of the pickups, but Heavy Nova for the Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cheap game, but I have it not really complete. I don't have the manual, but I do have the box.
Nice.
One game that I don't have for the actual Genesis is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, but I have it. But I do have it for the Sega Master System,
How do you
complete
not have the
in box.
Genesis version?
Because the Genesis version costs like $100.
Oh man, you got to get
Complete
it.
in box.
You gotta
Complete in box is $100.
I know.
So I went out and I bought the German version. I went to buy the PAL version for the Sega Master System because the Sega Master System is region free, and I got it for like I got it for like $25. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
Pretty cheap.
Wow.
So,
Well,
however,
not much dialogue in that game, so you know.
but recently, a collector says he has Michael Jackson's Moonwalker with the chiptune Thriller, an extra stage. The extra stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, this was definitely pretty crazy. The game is, well, I
Well,
love
don't
the
say
game.
it.
I love the game.
You looking at your nostalgic glasses.
I love the game. You love the game.
I like the game. I don't know if I love the game. I like the game.
It's a
It
very,
was a weird. It was a very weird game growing up. Listen,
It was a little weird. You go around like saving
Little girls.
kids. Yeah.
little girls, and you're throwing your hat. I like
Sure.
the Michael Jackson game. I like was the Moonwalker game that was in the arcade.
The arcade one
That
was
never
good
get-
too. Yeah.
That never got a console release.
No, it
that
didn't.
version.
It didn't.
That
So
was like
this-
a beat 'em up.
Yeah, this was kind of like a beat 'em up, but it was like a side scroller thing, and you had to go around like finding all these kids, and there'd be boss battles and whatever. And the music was all of Michael Jackson bad era, like the mid '80s, right? So, you know, this story pops up, and it's like Michael Jackson's Moonwalker with Thriller, right, which was off his previous album Thriller. And there's video of it, and it looks legit. You know,
It was a pre-production sample cart
yeah,
that this guy found in a flea market for $20.
yeah. I mean, it's like crazy. The guy probably had no clue. He probably had an inkling that it may be a fake, but he bought it anyway. Brings it home, plays it, and realizes there's a whole new level. Like you're playing in a graveyard. You're basically playing the Thriller music video, fighting off like zombies and ghouls. It's crazy. It's crazy.
They probably didn't have the license for. I mean, why would he get cut from the game if they didn't have the license?
I think that's it. You know, Michael Jackson is very, well, he was very, close with his music and whatnot, and you know, he made sure that it went to the right things, and you know, they were like, hey, we should make a game for Genesis and whatnot. And it's like, all right, here are the songs I will license. And then they go, okay, we can fit, this many songs in there. We'll do 5 or 6 songs, and that'll be that.
Yeah, but they had a lot of songs from the Bad album.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I think it was exclusively from the Bad album. Yeah.
Yeah, so this game had the Thriller theme to it. I mean, this still had the Thriller theme to it, but probably he thought didn't match the other music of the game, even though as a fan, this should have been like a bonus level, maybe.
It would have been awesome. I would have loved to play through the Thriller stage. But yeah, I mean, if any more news comes out of this, we'll certainly let you guys know. I want to believe that this is official. As in, like,
it looks pretty official.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you know what else is official?
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought I would see the day that this would happen. I thought hell would freeze over. But we will play Master Chief on the Switch, on a Nintendo platform.
Well, wait a minute. Let's not mislead the fans here. Master Chief inside
It's
Minecraft.
still Master Chief. It's still Master Chief. You're still playing Master Chief on a non-Xbox system.
Right.
Oh,
Well, when you posted the
Microsoft,
story
not
up, I got all excited for Halo on the Switch, and I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
Well, that was that was just a headline that grabbed your attention.
Well, there you go. You got my attention. So yeah, so Minecraft owned by Microsoft now. It's one of the updates is going to bring Master Chief as like a playable skin and whatnot. So that's still really cool.
That's still really cool. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy like if they had like a Mario skin you could play on your PS4 version.
Yeah, right. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I know. That would be awesome. But you know what else is awesome?
Mm-hmm.
The Duke controller from the OG Xbox is making a comeback, baby.
Well, that is so not.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
That is
Listen,
so not
you hate
awesome.
so much on the OG. You're such an Xbox fanboy, but you hate so much on the OG.
Name me one person besides you, because you're going to say you, who actually thinks the Duke controller is a good controller.
It's just a little big, but
A
that's
little
okay.
big, and it's the biggest controller this side of the Steel Battalion controller, which is
big hands.
also only on the Xbox.
I got big hands.
Really? You would take that controller to play Uncharted over the PS4? The really nicely designed, sleek.
No, but I would take that
PS4
controller to play Gears of War.
Oh my god! And you would lose every time. The layout is awful.
Anyway, Seamus Blackley and Hyperkin are bringing that controller back to market. The player on your Xbox 360, the Xbox 360, your Xbox One. Yeah. So that huge bubble in the middle, they're making
Jewel,
sort of like
the Xbox Jewel.
They make the Jewel. They're making that sort of into like a display, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like an LCD screen.
Yeah, that's like the coolest part about it. It's like a full-on LCD screen in the middle. That is actually super cool.
He tweeted out some pictures and designs. I don't know how much this is going to be, but this is definitely coming to market.
Yeah, I think it's going to be over 100 for it.
Oh, I don't know. You know what? I think it'll be worth it because it was an awesome controller.
Well,
I think it's going to be an awesome controller.
I want to see how much you're gonna actually use it.
You know what? I'm gonna play the Division with it.
Oh my god! Go ahead. It's your funeral.
We're gonna play the Division for it.
Yeah, I have to say the version 2, the Xbox S, was decent. 360, even better.
Smaller. It was just smaller.
Well, I mean, it was more ergonomic. It fit a little better. I mean, the D-pad on the 360 was atrocious, and then they fixed it on the Xbox One. You know, that is now the pinnacle of console controllers. Is the Xbox?
I don't know about that. The PS4 controller will give it a run for its money.
The PS4 controller is really good, but the analog sticks aren't offset.
I don't need it. I don't need it to be offset. I like the way I like the PS4 controller. I got to be honest.
Controller, I'm not saying it's bad, but the analog sticks being offset is much better for first-person shooters.
We're gonna take a poll on Twitter and see who controller people like better.
Yeah,
I think I like the PS4 controller.
We'll go with the Xbox One controller, the PS4 controller, and the Xbox original Duke controller. Which one of the three? And we'll see how many people actually pick the Duke.
You know what? I'm gonna vote 10 times from different Twitter accounts on the Duke controller.
I'm blocking your IP.
Anyway, shut up. All right. Lastly, Xbox head Phil Spencer has been promoted, and this I was a little confused about. I got to be honest. And I like Phil Spencer. I think, like he's all about gamers. I really like Phil Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
His personality. He's all about gamers. He got the messaging right. It's just he's pretty much playing catch up his whole time there. Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's been doing much
head
better
of Xbox
than Peter Morrow. Let me tell you. I think
so. If his official title now is like he's Microsoft's executive vice president of gaming. I mean, I thought he was like the president of Xbox. So he's a former president of Xbox and now the vice
Well,
president of gaming, all of Microsoft gaming. I would assume, not just Xbox.
He was the head of one of their gaming divisions, the
Which was
Microsoft
Xbox.
Game Studios, Microsoft Game Studios specifically. So that was
No. He was the head of their game studio, and then he got promoted
and
to the
then
head
promoted
of Xbox.
to head of Xbox, right?
Yeah.
So I think this now encompasses all of their gaming outlets, right? Be it anything for mobile, for PC, or for Xbox. Like I'm interpreting this as him being like a CTO or whatever, right? He's like, or the CGO, the Chief Gaming Officer. I wasn't trying to be funny with that, but yeah,
That was really bad.
The
he could
Chief
just,
Gaming Officer.
you know what?
Well, that's what I mean. I think he's just like he's the head of that, right?
You know what? I'm gonna promote him. I'm giving him a new title. He's the head of GMG.
Oh my god,
Grown-
he is rolling over in his grave, and he's not even dead yet.
Grown
That's how
man
bad
gamers,
that is.
baby.
That's how
Grown
bad
man
that is.
gamers. Come on,
my
it's
God.
a thing.
Grown,
Hashtag.
GROAN.
Oh, shut up.
Grown man gamer. That's right. Everyone is collectively sighing right now.
Shut up. They love it. It's gonna be a thing. I'm telling you. I'm making this a thing.
You want to know something funny? A quick little
note.
aside before we get into our convo. Grown Man Gamers was birthed on the first episode of Rated G.
Was it?
Yeah, you dropped the GMG, and it's still going.
Wow.
It's 80 some odd episodes later.
It's still. I'm telling you, it's going to be a thing. I'm
Oh
going
my
to will
God.
it to happen.
It's
I'm
like-
going to make it a thing.
It's like one of those zombies in the Michael Jackson Thriller video. It just can't die.
I'm going to make it a thing. That was corny, but I'm going to make it a thing.
You've been making it a thing.
It's going to be a thing. It's going to kick on.
I've tried to take it out back and shoot it with the shotgun, but no, GMG
No, it's
still
gonna be a
lives.
thing. GMG still lives, and one of these years, the Order 1886 is going to win Game of the Year. One of these years, it's going to make it.
Destiny, or
It's gonna
Destiny 2.
It's going to make it. Well, speaking of Destiny 2, I will. You a man of your word?
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed my Shake Shack.
Oh
Shake
yeah,
Shack
see,
meal.
that's right. I told you. I don't squelch on a bet.
I know
come
you
through.
lost.
I come through.
Fair and square. You
Well,
lost.
I don't-
was,
I don't-
Hashtag
I don't-
Dan was
I don't-
right.
I don't. Look.
You don't get things right. I know.
I'm
I
gonna
was-
make
I
a
was
bet.
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I'm not gonna pussyfoot around and make these half bets
You
and
You-
never
you were
pretend that
wrong.
I'm wrong about anything.
you were wrong.
You were wrong. You were wrong. You were wrong.
Hashtag Dan was
you were
right.
wrong twice.
I wasn't wrong.
Those like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago.
I wasn't
You didn't
wrong.
even bet on it, but you still couldn't admit that you were wrong.
I wasn't
you were
wrong.
100% wrong. I'm just
There were
saying.
technic-
I'm just
There
saying.
were technicalities. I wasn't wrong. I was eventually.
There
right.
is no technicality. 100% wrong.
You were 100%
You didn't want
wrong.
to make a bet
and you
because
owned
you were
up.
obviously because you knew you were wrong. And even when I proved you wrong, even when there was no bet, you still wouldn't admit that you were
See?
wrong. So
See, listen,
I'm
you
just
were
saying,
wrong.
I'm a bigger man. I am a grown man gamer.
Well,
I will
well,
admit
bigger-
when I am wrong. I will buy you a Shake Shack burger.
You're a bigger. I
if
didn't know
that is
bigger
the
men
bet.
had to say they were bigger men,
Oh.
but it's okay.
Uh-huh.
It's okay.
Uh-huh.
So-
Anyway,
I was right. You were wrong. You owned up and you paid up, and
I got you a
can-
burger. I'm glad you enjoyed that burger. With
It was
fries
burger, fries, and a bottle of water,
and a
Thank you.
drink. And a drink. That's right. You got to make it a full combo meal, otherwise it's just not worth it.
Anyway, let's get into our combo of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I know you so well. We know each other so well.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite game of all time. Now,
And
when
favorite franchise.
and favorite franchise. Now, when we first said favorite game of all time, I already knew what my game was.
Of course.
Like I already, like I was like, I know it.
And you
But-
should. You know, you were a hardcore gamer. I'm a hardcore gamer. We know what we like.
There are a lot of series out there, so I'm gonna go first.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go series first.
All right.
So I love the Gears of War series.
Uh-huh.
That's a huge. I listen. I even like Judgment. That's how much I love the Gears of War series, right? And I love Gears of War 4 too. And I thought they got a bad rap. The mechanics are
Multiplayer
great.
strong.
I like the
Multiplayer
multiplayer was
the
strong,
gameplay
and I
was
thought
strong.
and I thought the story was compelling. People need to stop hating. I gotta say, stop hating.
I didn't say anything.
It didn't have like the most, it didn't hit a lot of emotional beats for people, but I still like the story because I'm invested in the characters.
Right.
I'm invested in Marcus Phoenix, right? Especially old man Marcus. But I gotta say, you were right. The Uncharted series is my favorite series of all time. Of course. I've beaten every Uncharted game with the exception of the stupid card game. But
Wait,
the full, there was an Uncharted like card game that came out.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. Look at that.
It was digital. It wasn't like physical.
Okay.
It wasn't a big. It was like a side thing. But I
know you've beaten Golden Abyss. I think twice.
I beat Golden Abyss twice. Yes.
Bam! There you go.
I beat Golden Abyss twice. I beat Uncharted 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I went back and beat the Uncharted Collection 1, 2, 3. So I love that series. It was my favorite series of all time. I've even beat Lost Legacy. I've added that to the list of Uncharted games I've beat, and I look forward to new Uncharted games. Hopefully, they don't stop the franchise. They don't stop the franchise. I already know Nathan Drake's story has been told. It is over, but hopefully they can continue with other characters.
Sure. And
have a compelling story. But it will always be compared to the Nathan Drake story. You just can't get around it.
It's like he's like the OG. He was he was PS4's Indiana Jones.
Well, you know what? He honestly, from PlayStation 3 and now 4, he has been their mascot.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is a great mascot to have. Like, I didn't jump into this till last year, when I specifically picked up the Uncharted bundle with 1, 2, and 3, which is very hard to find because they stopped producing it, and I managed to get a thing of it and start playing it, and I immediately fell in love. So I see where you're coming from.
All right, so I got a little. I almost didn't become an Uncharted fanboy. I had, for some reason, I had 2 PS3s. I'm not going to get into the story.
I remember.
It's a long story. I'm not going to get into the story. I had just know that I had 2 PS3s at one point, brand new, and one had no game. Another one had Uncharted. Had Uncharted 1 bundled in, and I asked my boss, I said, listen, it's Christmas. It was around Christmas time, too. I was like, hey, I have 2 PS3s by accident. Do you want to buy one for me and give it to someone as a gift? And I told him I said, here are the PS3s. And I was dumb. I should have just said, here's the PS3 without a game. Right. He chose the bundle with Uncharted. So I didn't play Uncharted until Uncharted 2. And then I went back and played Uncharted. I went back and got Uncharted 1 and played Uncharted 1.
Oh, nice.
So I could have been an Uncharted guy from the get-go. But I didn't. I should have hustled my boss a little bit better.
Yeah, man. I'm a little disappointed. That's not the Dan Robinson I know.
Well, you know what? You're right, because that was a long time ago. Dan Robinson today would have hustled his boss and said, "Hey, I have a system with no game, and here's the regular, pay me regular price for it,
right?
And I'll keep the bundle one for myself."
Yeah, no shame in that. That's fine.
So
that's fine.
All right, so you were right about the series.
Now, what about your favorite game?
My favorite game of all time. You were close.
Oh.
You were wrong, but you were close. Sonic 2 is my favorite Sonic game of all time.
Right. I knew that.
Not my favorite game of all time. I beat that game. It is close. I would put Sonic 2 in my top 10.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Top 5 even games of all time. I've beaten Sonic 2 I don't know, 3 or 4 times. 3 or 4,000 times. Yeah. I gotta say, Super Mario World is my favorite game of all time.
Well, I got the time right. I think Sonic 2 came out 91, 92 maybe.
Around the same time.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah. So Super Mario World is my favorite game of all time. And
that makes sense. It makes sense.
The Uncharted series is my favorite series of all time. But you were half right, and you were close.
Okay.
You were very close.
That's solid. So, okay.
I can play Super Mario World over and over again.
Oh, it's an incredible game. I mean, it's not as good as 3, but it's
better.
incredible.
Yeah, you're right. It's better than 3. But anyway, go ahead. Enough about that.
You had guessed. You had guessed.
Favorite series. Let's start with series.
My favorite series franchise is Final Fantasy. Surprise, surprise! You are 100% correct.
Yes.
I every time we talk about Final Fantasy, I'm like, yes, 100%.
I cringe because I know how much you love it.
I like just about everything in the Final Fantasy universe. I even like Mystic Quest. Nobody liked Mystic Quest. The franchise is great. I did start with the first one, the first North American Final Fantasy that came out in 1990. When they were already in the third one in Japan, they ended up bringing the first one here, and I fell in love. It's great. I do own a box copy of that, which is it's fantastic, complete with the maps and the manuals. Is good, and the first one holds a lot of nostalgia for me. They made a bunch of remakes and whatever over time, and those are great too. Really good. It's on the NES Classic Final Fantasy. It's the only RPG on there. So that kind of says something. So you were right. You're right. Definitely the best. My favorite franchise is that. Strong contenders. Zelda. I love Zelda, the lore in the franchise. Metroid is probably my second favorite franchise of all time, I think.
Wow.
And Samus just kicks ass. I've always liked it from like way back when. So those are kind of some close runner-ups. Now, favorite game of all time. You were safe to guess a Final Fantasy game, and you said either 1 or 9.
I did.
You picked 2, which we were only supposed to pick.
I hedged my bets.
Yeah, well, one is a great. Like I said before, 9 is great except for the ending. It got really weird and stupid. It's kind of like the ending of Lost, right? You watch the whole entire thing. It's great. And they shit the bed at the end. So although 9 is great, it's definitely not my favorite. You would have been safe to guess 7 because everybody loves 7. 7 is not the best.
That's not what everyone else says.
The best, they're wrong. They're wrong. They have nostalgia goggles. The best Final Fantasy game and my favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy VI.
Really?
I love it. Just everything about that game, the graphics, the just 14 different playable characters in that game. The soundtrack is on point. It's so good. A close second is Fallout 2 for the PC.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like your favorite. I would have never guessed Fallout 2.
Yeah, I haven't really talked about it too much because the newer Fallouts, although good, they're different. They're different than the older ones. They were a little more freeform. You could certainly do more. You could kill anybody in the game. You could go and kill your whole starting village if you were strong enough. You just go in there like guns akimbo. And I remember specifically when Fallout 3 came out and I started playing it, and I was like, oh, it's Fallout. It's a game where you can do anything. That's essentially the tagline in this post-apocalyptic future. I said, great. There was this little, the tunnel rats, right? When you first start the game, there's these kids, these little brats in this kid gang. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go and punch this kid to death because it's a game where you can do anything. And I end up killing the kid, and then he gets up after a couple of seconds, and I'm like, oh, well, this totally changes the dynamics of the game because the original Fallout was like you could basically do anything within the game, within the game, right? You wanted to steal from somebody, you could steal from anybody. You wanted to kill somebody, you could kill anybody. You wanted to, whatever, you could do it. And even if you killed like a critical character that would give you missions and plot points and whatever, the game would work around that, right? The game would change and morph, and you could still complete the game no matter what you did. But in 3, it was well, we need certain characters to make the plot move forward, right? It was just kind of, it was like that. You had to go back and trigger this thing, which did this thing. And, that kind of like took me out of it a little bit. So, I'm not too fond of the newer ones, but yeah, like Fallout 2 is big. Tetris is a good runner-up. Hell, Breath of the Wild, bring it into the current gen. Breath of the Wild is probably like top 5. Definitely in my top 10. Yeah.
Well, we got to get into maybe that'll be a question for the future. Our top 5 games of all time, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Get into it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Make a list. We'll make a list.
Most definitely.
Or top 10. I know, like I said, Super Mario World was the thing that really because remember I had an NES first,
mm-hmm.
and then I was a PC gamer for like a small block of time,
mm-hmm.
and then I got a Super Nintendo. And when I played Super Mario World, I was like,
"This is it.
This is it. I'm never going back. I'm never going back."
It was amazing. Yeah.
Just that world and the secrets, and just I love that game. I had the strategy. It was the first game I actually had the strategy guide for.
There was so many secrets to that game. It was crazy.
I know. I wanted to get every secret, and I've beaten that game a million times.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good.
That game is so good. And even when I beat Bowser, I went back to get all the secrets.
Yeah, you got to get the Star World, the Special World.
That was the first console game, because Doom really immersed me. But I had Doom 1 and Doom 2 on PC.
Right.
But this is like the first console game that really I liked Mario Bros. 1. Mario Bros. 2 was and I really liked Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Bros. 3. Never beat it until recently, a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But Super Mario World really really got my interest. It really had me immersed in it. I would play that for hours. Like that and Doom were the 2 games when I was a kid that I would play for hours on end. So I would see Super Mario World made me the gamer I am today. I love that game.
I am surprisingly simpatico on this with you. Like Doom and Super Mario World were definitely big for me too. Wolfenstein was my first person shooter game, which I played incorrectly. I would I mapped the move forward to the mouse, so I would drag the mouse to move forward in that game. Yeah. And then when Doom came around, I realized, I was playing this completely incorrect.
You know what? Funny enough, I had a joystick. I didn't even. I played it on mouse and keyboard, and then later on, my father went to Electronic Boutique.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Yeah, I think it was Electronic Boutique, right? It's been so long, I forgot the name of it.
Sure.
And we got a joystick. We had a joystick.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So I used to play Doom with the joystick.
Yeah. Oh, that is classic, man. Doom is eternal. Doom is eternal.
So Doom would be Doom for PC. Original Doom for PC would be.
Oh yeah, of course.
Top of my list. So is Sonic 2, but Super Mario World takes the cake. That is king in my world.
Nice. Okay.
So, and if I had to pick one of the Uncharted franchises, as a side note, Uncharted 3, yes, people, Uncharted 3 is better than Uncharted 2. I'm sorry. That boss battle at Uncharted 2, didn't really cut it for me.
No spoilers. I'm still getting there.
So Uncharted 3, yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, fair enough. Well, I think that about does it. It's been a jam-packed episode. Episode 87 is now in the books. We do want to thank you guys for sticking with us and showing all the love and the support and downloading the show. We do appreciate. Again, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. You can email us at ratedgforgamers@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. So please like, listen, subscribe.
And as always, keep gaming.